the Neptune planet, I call it a water planet, of course, because it's associated with Pisces, but just like the moon with the fourth house, the Neptune has very similar themes to the 12th house. And you may remember, if you listened to my episode on the water houses, I said I wasn't real crazy about the 12th house. Too much mystery. And it can get kind of challenging trying to analyze it. For me, at least in the beginning, I'm getting a little better at it. But Neptune represents similar themes. It can represent music and movies. Sometimes a person that has a Neptune heavy or Neptune heavily involved chart, like Neptune maybe in the first house, or I would even say Neptune maybe in the 12th house, or maybe Neptune in one of the houses for like expression, maybe the 5th house, or even maybe the 6th house, because that's the house of work. They may be drawn to music, movies, as a career of some sort, because Neptune, Pisces, specifically with Pisces, that's a sign that tends to gravitate towards the music and movie industry. You can find quite a few Pisces associated people that way. Neptune is also associated with ideals. It also has a connection to beauty, kind of like Venus, but not exactly. Neptune beauty is like glamour, like Hollywood. Hollywood is also connected to the Neptune, in my opinion, like the entertainment industry. But if you know anything about the entertainment industry, then you probably know that everything that glitters isn't gold. We've learned from media and stories that have come out that the entertainment industry can have there's some serious drawbacks to being there. And the people that are in that industry, they go through a lot that we don't see. There's a lot of things hidden. And that's also associated with Neptune as well. Things like illusions, making things look prettier and better than they actually are. Deluding yourself, or maybe something. You think something is one way, but it's really a different way, because kind of walking around with rose-colored glasses, wanting to see things a certain way. Neptune is also, because of these things, Neptune is associated with lying, being distrustful in some way. And so I don't want you to think that Neptune is all bad. It's not all bad. There are some good things that can come out of it, but there's also some challenging aspects to it as well. And I suppose that can be said for all of the planets, and as well as the houses. You can always find something bad, but you have to kind of look at the relationships between the houses and the planets to see what it's actually saying, if it's actually bad or it's not so bad. But because of Neptune's association with music, movies, entertainment, it can be representative of popularity, being popular in some way. It can have to do with mystery, which to me goes back to the 12th house, which is why I've had challenges with it. It's the mystery of it. And unfortunately, and again, this can kind of go back to the entertainment industry as well, and part of what makes it challenging in terms of the things that are hidden. I mean, we know them now because people have told stories, written books and documentaries and all of that stuff, but drugs, alcohol, addiction, especially to cope with like pressures, even pressures of popularity. We've seen a lot of our most successful entertainers lose their life to some type of addiction or something related to drugs. Really iconic entertainers. So it kind of all goes back to that Neptunian influence. And by the way, when you look at these entertainers charts, Pisces or Neptune is quite prominent for them. So there you go. There you have that. Sometimes Neptune can be really great in terms of being inspiring and helping you to be inspired to create great art. But on the flip side of that, if there's the shadow side, if there are issues, it can sometimes materialize in the way of alcohol or drug abuse. It's important to, if that's there, to acknowledge that there's an issue before you get to the point of feeling like you need alcohol or drug to cope with something. It's important to find other coping mechanisms. And I guess to some extent that can be said about all the water signs, water/water planets, because water is largely about emotions and how we handle them. The inability to handle them can lead to things like alcohol or drug abuse, and whenever that happens, it's always a bad deal. If you've ever experienced it or had a loved one that experienced it, it's always very challenging. So it's so important that whenever we need help, we go get the help, so that we don't end up getting caught up in any type of alcohol or drug addictions, or if there's some type of psychological disorder or something like that. Just address it so that we can remain healthy and happy and continue to use Neptune in its best form, and that's to create great art.